Hello everybody, welcome to Abba's Hand, and welcome to Devlog 4 in my open world RPG style game. I have changed and improved a couple of things, including the combat system, effects, biome, and all that good stuff. And I actually am moving my game over to the Universal Render Pipeline, that not only grants me improved graphics, but it also grants me access to VFX. Also, a couple things about the terrain has changed. Like, I actually added some of my own flowers, which I'll show you a close-up of in a minute, and my own grass textures and my own trees. It's been a little bit of work to get it all together, but I did it, and after I place everything else down, it'll be perfect. Now I can show you what I mean about the improved lighting. You see this? You might need a side-by-side comparison to really get how much better it is, but it is improved, and perhaps I'll play around with some cell shading in the future, but for now this is fine. Anyways, here is my own flower. It isn't exactly supposed to be stretched out upward this much, but it still looks good. And this is what I meant by my own grass texture. The grass that's standing up, that's what I made in GIMP. And about these trees, it turns out that this version of Unity is not able to support the speed tree like the old one could, so it took a lot of trial and error, but I had to make my own trees. And I noticed that in a Unity forum where I was looking for answers of my own, other people struggled learning how to do what I did, so I'm going to show you how to do it a little bit later in the video, but this is the improved terrain. It is much larger to allow a lot more space, and I'm gonna add different things such as a mountain range and a cornfield. And if you guys have anything that you think would go good in this terrain, let me know. I'd love to hear your suggestions. And that brown spot that you saw, that's gonna be the new location for the town that I'm going to place. Just like in the old project, but only in a different location. Now for this enemy. About the combat system that I was talking about earlier, I didn't exactly like how the enemy would go up to you, attack you, and just keep on pushing into you. So, while you can't exactly see it, and I can't actually find it, I placed a plane around the player that when the enemy collides with it, he actually stops moving and just attacks, and when he gets out of its collider, he starts moving again, and his animation resets if he stays out of that plane long enough. I decreased its mass and increased the mass of the enemy, so they could not physically actually interact, but Unity would still detect the collision and it would work accordingly, and it achieved the effect I wanted. I'm also going to make sure that the player cannot move while he's attacking because there's just a little bit too much movement in the combat, you know? And do you remember in the last devlog where I was talking about the physical inventory because I couldn't get a regular one to work? Guess what? After a lot of trouble, I fixed that. It's not complete, but now I can open up this inventory section, and when I come over here and this box hits the potatoes, it actually collects the items. I am ecstatic about this because it literally saved my game. Because that trash inventory system from before, that was not working. Now I'm going to show you all of the different biomes. Again, a lot of work needs to be redone since I'm moving the project over, but I'm going to do it even better than before. This is the desert biome, as you can clearly see. The next one will be a beautiful multicolored forest biome, and that last one over there is the lava biome. And these are the new hit effects. I did like the old ones, but I think these ones suit the art style a lot better and I like them more. You can see they're quicker, snappier, brighter. They're just overall better to me, but let me know what you guys think. Again, I'd love to hear your suggestions and comments. Here's how I made my trees in Blender. Originally, I started by making the body of the tree and then making the leaves of the tree as a separate object. However, for some odd reason, Unity is not able to process this. So I tried to make the entire tree out of one single model, literally from the same polygons. But what I did was, I first made the body of the tree, I took one of its polygons, changed it to a leaf texture, grew it out so it was like a plane, and then put it all around the tree to make it look like it was a cluster of leaves. And because it's from the same exact model, just with two different textures, Unity was able to process this, and I was able to use its mass place trees option on the terrain and place the trees just like normal. Unfortunately, for some reason, it doesn't actually have a wind effect, like it doesn't blow in the wind like regular, but hey, a still tree is better than no tree.